first one went in, and the second rock was a peel of that one.
Pizzetti is calling to replace it in the ring, so maybe they're trying to get their nerves under control, play an open first end. I'm predicting we might get a blank end this end.
This reminds me of the Team Holman strategy. They always used to put the rock in the rings on the first end just to get used to the ice.
So the team Pizzetti lead is Anthony. Oh, he's from Scarborough, so am I. Oh, but he was born in North York. Oh no, sorry, I was reading the wrong, wrong end. That was Larry. He was from Toronto, born in Newfoundland. That's Andrew Bings throwing for Team Forget. Looks like a solid nose hit. So, Steve, I noticed you were at the karaoke last night, but I didn't hear you sing anything.
I was in the ice till 9:45 last night.
Oh, you could have sang afterwards.
I didn't take much of a part in the karaoke portion, but it was fun what I could sing.
And a nice nose hit from Travis. He was born in Fonthill in the Niagara region. He works for a pharmaceutical company. So for everyone who has a hangover after too much libations, you can go see Travis. He can hook you up with some good Tylenol. This is Ed Sear throwing second rocks for Team Forget. Looking to move the rock around a bit to give Team Pizzetti a different path to throw at. And another hit there from Team Pizzetti. Team Forget is going to look to duplicate it. Trying to get it to curl. Looks like it might roll out.
So next up is the third, Devin Martin. I suspect he'll be throwing into the rings again.
Devin works in Ontario Public Service, so he might, I don't know when Doug Ford calls the election on Wednesday, if that will affect him having to go to the office.
I'm still waiting for my 200 voucher.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten mine. So Doug Ford, if you are listening to this, please send Steve and I checks. I don't know if they were calling the guard there or.
So then next is the third for Team Forget, and it's Joey Taylor. Looks like he's throwing around the guard.
And Joey Taylor is from Smooth Rock in Northern Ontario.
Smooth Rock Falls, yeah.
Yeah. And he married his partner Derek, and their wedding was officiated by curling royalty Colleen Jones. Colleen, of course, is a 6-time Canada champion, 2-time world champion. I guess 3 times because she also won a World Seniors a few years ago.
I'm glad we have a trivia buff on our team here. So Joey put it partially behind the guard.
It's fairly wide open for Devon. It's a 2-time silver medalist at the Gay Nationals. I think the Nationals this year are in Edmonton at the beginning of April or late March?
April 3rd to 6th.
April 3rd to 6th in Edmonton. So hopefully it won't be minus 30 degrees like a typical Edmonton winter day.
Okay, so Joey, the previous player replaced Joey's rock, and he's just going to go down and try and get to that rock slightly behind the guard.
It's moving late. Oh, he rubs the guard. Also one of the ones you'd rather fully peel that rock if you're going to crash, but just rubbing it gives Pizzetti a chance to further guard it. That's in a good spot. It's going to be hard to outdraw. Not just jumped on them, I think. They weren't really panicking on the sweeping there.
So we've got the skips rocks coming up. Anthony Pizzetti is going to throw the first one.
And Anthony is from Scarborough, so it's nice to see a fellow Scarborough alum doing well at curling.
And he's 2-time silver medalist at the Gay Nationals.
I don't know what part of Scarborough Anthony grew up in. I grew up the Meadowvale and Shepherd area, close to the zoo.
Not in the zoo, though.
No.
So I think they'll be looking to guard this rock, try for the steal.
If they make this guard, I play with Wes. I could see him throwing a peel at it. This looks a little heavy. They might be changing the call for a freeze. If anyone has ever played with Wes Forget and trying to sweep one of his peel rocks, I think you got to be Usain Bolt to keep up with his rocks. He can throw it 5 seconds hog to hog. This one is going to be a heater. I don't know if someone could put a stopwatch on this.
Yeah. So Wes Forget is from Bowmanville, Ontario. He was in the 2019 Brier, I think, for Team Ontario.
Yes. And he was also in the Olympic trials in 2021.
Okay, there goes the rocket down the...
And he's got them both.
Of course, he's got them both. He's known for his strength and his hits.
It's one of the few people that still does the lift delivery for when he's trying to throw that peel weight. So while the A final will be our feature game, there's also the B finals. It looks like Newell is playing. Who is Newell playing there?
Wilson.
Wilson. And the C final is Morrow versus, is it Perrier?
Corbier.
Corbier. And the D final is Peter Douglas against
Perron.
Perron. And the E final is, they definitely win the costume award. Were they the sliders?
They're Laura Barkley's Beauties.
Barkley's Beauties against. I need my glasses. I can't read that far away. But well, the scores are also being live streamed too.
We'll update everybody every so often.
So it looked like a good draw attempt around that guard by Anthony. But it's fairly wide open, so this should be a hit and roll out for the blank end. Forget looking to keep the hammer. So Wes has been curling, it says for 32 years, so it's impressive. Not many people start curling in their 50s, so. That's kidding. I curl with Wes, so I'm allowed to make those jokes.
Yeah, looks like he got it.
So it's a blank end. Team Forget will keep the hammer into N2. And there we are. So as you can see, my name is David, and I'm here with Steve, the Rainbow Rockers president. So Steve, you've played in the Rainbow Rockers League for many years before becoming president. Can you comment a bit about the growth of the league from when you started to what it is now?
Yeah, well, the league was started in 2002. And I think at that time, I'm not exactly sure the number of teams, but I believe it was around 8 at the most teams. And we're now up to 42 teams. It's been quite in the last few years, there was a lot of growth. And then COVID hit us for 2 years, and we're back up to our most teams in the league ever this year. So we play 3 draws on Sundays and 2 draws, usually 2 draws every 3rd or 4th Saturday, just to get all the games in that we need to complete our season. And they're all at the Ottawa Curling Club.
The Ottawa Curling Club is a great ally, great host for gay, lesbian, transgender curling. They're a proud ally, and their bar service, they don't lack for bar sales after every week for our league.
Well, as long as David's playing. And just to update you on the score again, the first end for this A final was a blank end, so it's 0-0, just starting the second end. The first rock thrown has been put up as a center guard.
It looked a little heavy. I think they were trying to play the rub, but it looks like it's going to go through there. So Andrew is the Team Forget has has a incredible resume for curling accomplishments. Andrew was on a under 18 Ontario championship team, or he says Canada championship team. So I think he said his skip was Shane Latimer, and Shane represented Nunavut at the Brier last year.
So we've just discovered that Larry, who's throwing now, lead rocks, has been curling for 40 years, and the team has been joking that he's been curling longer than 2 of their members have been alive, Devin and Travis.
Yes, there's quite a curling is a good lifetime sport. There's a lot of people that done it for many years. Personally, I started in the fall of '97 out of the Tam Heather Curling Club, the Little Rocks, and that year was special too because that was the year the Mike Harris rink won the right to represent Canada at the Nagano Olympics, and they were representing Tam Heather.
You started in 1997. Well, you started curling in your late 20s then.
Oh.
Usually you're the one ripping me about my age, so
Well, I'm still younger than your. Well, actually, your new hip is the only thing young on you there, Steve.
Okay. This broadcast is just finished. Thank you very much for attending.
And breaking news: David Coffey gets kicked out of the Rainbow Rockers Curling League by President Steve Horwood.
So I guess we should pay attention to the game too.
Looks like Pizzetti is setting up with some pressure.
So it's stoned by Travis Ackroyd. And now they have a second one close to the button behind a guard.
I think Wes is going to call a run back peel here. So Ed is new to the league this year. I think he said he's a Canadian university champion. And I have the pleasure to curl with Ed and his partner Mitch in the Rainbow League. And also Wes as well. Wes is our 5th member. And Wes's partner Xander is on our team as well. And Xander is part of the Bonspiel committee. They've done an excellent job. So kudos to, I think the co-chairs are Kevin Martin and Russ Francis. And all their team, Xander, I've seen Wes do a lot of work. Wes Delve, I think that's his last name. And the Skeins done a lot as well, and they're good sponsors of the league. And all the other volunteers, apologize if I forgot your name.
Yeah, we have a whole list of volunteers for this Bonspiel and for our regular curling league.
Travis throwing the second stones for Team Pizzetti. They are from the Toronto. They represent the Royal Canadian Curling Club, which has 2 gay curling leagues. They have the Rotators and the Riverdale League. The Riverdale Bonspiel will be happening in Toronto, and I think at the end of February. It's always a fun time there as well.
Yeah, they have 2 Bonspiels per year, one in November and then one in March.
March. Their November one is the Rotators, the Resurrection theme. So that's a unique Spiel quirk. If your team gets eliminated from the main draw, you have a second chance. So to get back into the main draw. So one year my team got in that resurrection draw, and we somehow got resurrected back into the Spiel, but we got off the ice at 1:45 in the morning, and then had to be back to play our next game at 9 a.m. So that was a little tiring.
Okay, Ed Sear just sent a rock down the ice to try to take out the 2 rocks close to the button. And we got one of them. It sits in it says shot rock. So yeah, back to the Resurrection Bonspiel. It's a very unique Bonspiel, and you can get resurrected, but you have to throw a rock from one corner of 6 sheets to the far house, across 6 sheets, diagonally. So that's kind of interesting to have to do that. We did it once several years ago, and we got resurrected.
Yeah, when I did it, it was a mini points spiel. So we played a 6-end game, and then the top 2 points getters got resurrected, so we were one of the two teams.
So Devin Martin is following Ed's rock down, trying to get his out of the button area, and he succeeded to do that.
So some score updates. Team Douglas in the D final took a 2-ender in the first end, so they're up 2-0 over Perron. Team Moreau is up 2-0 over Corbière. The B final, Yellow is up 2, so Newell is trailing. Nice shot there from Joey Taylor.
So Joey comes down, same idea as the previous couple stones. Tap the top one, but they're not shot in this case. The one at the back of the forefoot is the shot rock.
Devin Martin is going to try a board weight hit. They're sweeping it to try to make it curl. Nice shot there, but West Team Forget is probably breathing a little easier. It was looking like a scary steal potential. Unless a flash, Team Forget flashes one of their shots, they should have a decent shot to get their 1 point at least.
And they're debating whether to hit the 2 into behind the tee line or whether to draw into the button area.
I wonder if they could do the double, hit off the one on the, yeah, Wes is looking at it now.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't make the double, you can roll on top of it and kind of group them together. So then if Pizzetti makes a shot on it, that chances they might spill everything out of the rings and you have your blank still available. For those who watched the most recent Grand Slam, they had a new rule that they tried out that if you team blanks 2 ends in a row, they lose possession of the hammer. So the final between Jacobs and Team White, that came to an effect after a blank end. The team without hammer played it really wide open just to force the team with the hammer to take 1. So they knew that they can't blank.
So Joey managed to get the shot rock out of the way.
That was a good shot. It groups them together. So Pizzetti makes a play on that. Chances are the rocks are going to be close together, and West Forget can throw one of his patented 5-second rocks and get them both out. Little looks like on the C final between Corbière and Moreau, someone might have accidentally kicked the rocks a little too soon. They're trying to put them back.
So Anthony's throwing a hit on the Ottawa team stone. Hopefully they want to roll.
Oh, looks like a nice roll.
Yeah. But it's behind the tee, so that's not too bad news for Team Forget.
There's also a double there, the way how hard West can throw it, but I think they're going to play the board weight and try to flop behind the red guard. So Steve, you've actually skipped the team in the final of this Bonspiel. Can you comment on some of the nerves that that might be Team Forget and Team Pizzetti might be feeling?
Oh yeah, there's lots of pressure, and every shot matters in these finals.
You had an all-star third in that spiel. You want to comment on who your third was that year?
I don't remember who you talking about, David. Was it you? Yes, we played Joey Taylor's team that year, didn't we?
In the semifinal, but then we lost to Eddie Chow, which also had West Forget throwing third rocks for Eddie. Yeah. It was the year when life was starting to get back to normal. Lockdowns were ending, but it was also a petri dish for a bit. There were a few people that came down with COVID after that spiel.
Yeah. That was the year we put the trophy just out of our reach, and we got a picture of us all reaching for the trophy. It was a few rocks away, or a few ends away from us, and we didn't capture it. But we were close.
Yeah, the spiel is fun. I was fortunate one year to be on a team that won the spiel. Rory McDonald was our skip, but we were Team McDonald. Rory was a longtime member of the Rainbow Rockers. We were Team McDonald, but he was throwing lead, and I was playing third. We had Jeff Gignard skipping the team. He just was competing in the BC Men's Tanker Championship. So Jeff, if you're listening, hello, and to Rory as well. And Kyle Long was our second.
And now I'll catch you up to the sheet that we're looking at for the last two ends. Dave and I have been chatting. Seriously, just a few rocks have been thrown. The Toronto team hit the rock out of the button and rolled out. So now Wes will have another chance to blank if he chooses, or try first. He's only got one rock left. So
I think he's going to try to blank.
He'll be blanking based on the rollout.
And again, if this was that recent Grand Slam, if he blanked this one, he would lose the hammer. But the Grand Slams, they often trial new rules, so that might be coming our way sometime soon.
Well, we had Emma Miscu talk about that at her talk last night, and she didn't think it was a great idea.
Roll out. Oh, he nosed it.
They got 1 point.
So 1 point. So Team Pizzetti will take possession of the hammer. But Team Forget goes up 1-0.
So David, tell me about when you started curling. What was it like?
When I started curling, I think JFK was the president. No, it's not been that long. We used the Little Rocks, and the shout out. One of my first coaches was Sarah Wilkes' father, Dave Wilkes, and Sarah Wilkes is the lead for Team Homan, the reigning world champions. So I got into curling. I was a typical Canadian boy, started with hockey, but I wasn't the best hockey player. And I always liked watching curling on TV with my mom and my grandmother. And so one year I didn't make a hockey team, so my mom's like, why don't you try curling? So I did, and I wish I started with curling. I'm a much better curler than I ever would have been a hockey player.
I think I took a similar path. I played hockey most of my life and then started curling later on. My career has been 17 years with curling. So we have the first rocks being thrown for the third end. The lead has thrown up a guard.
Andrew is from Chesterville. I don't know, whereabouts is Chesterville? I don't know if I've heard of that town.
I could not tell you, I'm sorry.
So Larry Tobin throwing for Team Pizzetti. Mentioned earlier, he was born in Newfoundland. And he's a retired teacher, now stay-at-home dad.
I curled with Larry Tobin in a Toronto bonspiel once with my partner Scott and the late Don King. Don was a great guy, always fun and joking,
And
great time in that bonspiel.
Team Pizzetti wanted us to let us know that they give a shout out to Sue and Barb, and they're Travis and Devin's moms. They're watching. So Sue and Barb, hello. And Tommy B and the Fleming clan. So if you're watching, they wanted to say hi.
So Larry threw a rock around the guard. Now Andrew Dings will try and follow that in. Around the guard and close to the button.
Up a little light, but you'd rather, that's the option, you'd rather come up a little light. You can use that rock, and if you threw it behind the tee or through the rings, you can't make them count on the scoreboard if they're at the boards.
Sometimes if you kick them, you can get them to be ahead of where they landed.
That's not very sportsman-like if you see, but I have to watch you for that next time we play you.
There's all kinds of tricks. So Larry's throwing the second rock, trying to go around the guard.
Just going to rub the guard. And that might leave a path for Ed Sear to hit that shot yellow rock and possibly, you know, looking for the nose, if you might be able to get a slight inside roll if you threw a board weight, maybe control. So Ed's partner Mitch is here watching. And so is Wes's partner Xander is also here. So sometimes it's harder to be the one watching than it is to be the one playing. Nerves. My mom, I remember, she would watch my games, my junior games, and she'd be pacing. The other parents would be commenting about how she couldn't sit still. I don't think I was that bad, Mom. No, I'm just kidding.
The sweepers held that one perfectly, because it looked like it was going to wreck on the guard. So they nosed the Toronto rock out of the rings. And I guess Toronto will probably try the same move.
This is Travis. So a notable event for Travis was just trying to get into the Riverdale League. He says, please increase the team limit. So I guess the Riverdale might be as popular, even more popular than the Rainbow Rockers here in Ottawa.
Oh, actually, I think they're peeling some guards.
And you could try to hit that shot rock, but they're trying to bail. Ooh, nose. And if Team Forget could plug that hole.
It's a pretty small port to go through.
Ed says he's done 4 Ironmans. It's pretty impressive. I've done the 10K a few times at race weekend, and I can't imagine doing an Ironman.
It doesn't count when you're driving a car, David.
My friend Jamie likes to tease me that I flap my wings when I'm running.
So they've decided to try it going around the guards on the other side.
A little heavy. West is trying to sweep it to not leave a pocket. Team Pizzetti has two options. They could peel, or they could try to go through that port.
They would be short rock if they were to go through that port.
They're going for the peel. Oh, nice shot.
Got a few rocks out of the way, but left a few as well.
Left the guards.
Left the guard. So they'll ask Joey to put another one around, close to the button, I suppose. Top four is what he's calling.
So Joey Taylor is a juggernaut in the Rainbow Rockers League. He's won the league many times. I think might be in second place for most league wins for a skip behind a certain Lee Mantha. Everyone in gay curling in Canada would probably be familiar with Lee. He's a nice guy.
Update on sheet 5, the sliders and slackers, they're called. They're a Toronto Ottawa mixed team. They're up 2-0
over the Barclays Beauties. Yes, definitely. If there was a outfit award for the Spawnspiel, I would definitely give my vote to the Barclays Beauties.
And on sheet 4 is Newell versus Wilson, and Wilson's up 2-0.
Looks like they blanked the second end. Devin is going to try to throw the run back. Sweep in to try to make a curl.
Nice.
Not a bad shot. He got one at the back, and he's sitting second rock, so Roger has to be a little careful. Team Taylor is going to, Team Forget. This is Joey Taylor throwing. Going to look to guard that up. It's like it's a little heavy. Might set up a double there for Team Pizzetti. They're trying to line it up so that it might drag onto that yellow.
Yeah,
it might.
The double may not work for them.
I think that does jam on that yellow, so that was a good plan B call by Wes.
Just a quick update on sheet 1. Douglas has taken two in the first and 2 in the second to make 4-0 against Team Petterall.
Perron is one of the few teams here from the Montreal League. They're called Les Phoenix. They're hosting their spiel, I believe, in a couple weeks.
And this team won this C division last year. So they're hoping to repeat, but they've got a bit of a hill to climb to do that.
So shout out to all of the gay curling leagues across Canada. We all try to support each other when we can by sending teams to everyone's Bonspiel.
As expected,
jam,
the
but that's
double
going to
did
be
jam.
That's going to be hard for Wes to get out there without jamming on one of his reds. So not a bad result there by Devin Martin.
they're going to try and push it through a couple rocks at the back of the rings without jamming.
This is going to be, yeah, I think he could get it, thread it between those two in the back, back 8 foot, but it's going to be really tough. It's a tricky shot. It'd be hard not to jam it on something and leave the door open for a 2 for Pizzetti.
Although I suspect he'll throw this pretty hard, so
yes,
it's going to bounce off it likely.
When I would try to sweep for Wes, I would try to get a head start by starting like halfway down the ice, but I still couldn't keep up with the rock.
I thought you said you did an Ironman. Was that true?
That was Ed. I have done a 10K.
10K.
10K jog, not a sprint. He's throwing it more control weight here, so maybe he is trying to thread the needle. Ed is trying to make a curl.
It's going to jam. Yep.
That's, you know, that was a tough shot, but again, I don't know what else he could have done. Pizzetti now can nose that or try to flop to the left side of the rings to try to separate it. They're set up for a good chance of getting 2 here to take the lead. Larry and Travis seem happy about the situation. So fun fact about Larry, Tobin, well, they wrote no fun facts, just look at him if you want to laugh. So maybe Travis had a look at Larry, and that's why he had a chuckle. I did not make that up, everyone. If that's what they wrote on the paper they gave us, so please don't say that I'm being mean. So I think Pizzetti, Anthony, is going to try to hit and flop to the left side to separate the 2 yellows.
Fun fact, Anthony's the least experienced curler on the team. Although he's the skip and a very good curler. But he has 16 years experience. The others have more than that.
They're sweeping to try to make a curl. It might be rolling out. Oh, I think it just stays. So yes, yellow is sitting 2, but
Yep, that worked.
that is lined up for a double. A little hack waiter from Wes Forget coming up. So Wes actually missed the first 2 days of the spiel because he was curling up for Team Malima in the Ontario Tankard. They had a good run. I think they just lost in the C qualifiers, but shout out to Team Malima for not only qualifying for the Ontario Tankard, which is hard to do, but doing so well at it too. Yep, this is one of his little hack waiters. He's going to get it too thin, I think.
Looks more than like.
Oh,
more than
no,
hack.
he got it. Nice shot. Oh, and it stays. So all of a sudden, the force is on after looking like giving up 2.
Now they're looking at similar double, but it's pretty tricky.
If he makes the double too, it would still only be for 1, so you might as well just draw the simpler shot. Let's see if I can put a stopwatch on this. See how fat the ice. It's excellent ice at the Ottawa Curling Club. Kudos to Rick Allen and his crew. Rick also does the ice at the Rideau Curling Club as well. Shout out to the Rideau. I'm allowed to shout out to the Rideau. I'm a member there now, but yes, so we should be shout out mainly to the Ottawa Curling Club for being such great hosts.
So Anthony is just throwing his draw. It looks like they're waving a successful draw.
West is going to try to sweep it. It's sliding. It's sliding. It just stops in time.
Yeah. So 1-1 after 3 ends.
Team Forget will have the hammer. So,
do you want to go around the rings, David?
yeah.
On sheet 1, it looks like
Team Douglas is up 6-0.
Yeah, they added 2 more points, so they're up 6-0 after 3.
And on sheet 3, the C final is Corbière is up 3-2 over Morrow. Sheet 4, it looks like Newell is down 3-0. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting who Newell is.
Wilson.
Wilson is playing Newell.
In sheet 5, the Sliders and Slackers are ahead 2-1 against the Barclay Beauties.
Again, seeing the Barclay Beauties outfit, like they definitely should win a prize for best outfits. They totally captured the theme of the disco theme for the Bonspiel this year.
So the first rock from the lead of Team Pizzetti has just touched the rings. And now Team Forget will clear that out, I guess.
They're probably just looking to nose hit it, and then it'll be in the free guard zone, and Team Pizzetti wouldn't be able to hit it until after the 5th rock at the end is thrown. Looks like it. Oh, I think that is. They might have to put a stick on that to see if it's in the rings or in the free guard zone. This is the one time that you could put a measuring device on a rock while the end is still in progress. It's if you're uncertainty if a rock was in the rings or in the free guard zone. You could put the 12-foot stick on it to see if it's in the rings.
And they've agreed that it is not touching the rings. Although, even though they agree to that, if that rock comes into play at the very end, they could still measure it to see if it is in the rings.
Strong sweeping there from Devin.
They tried to get it buried, but not quite. So, good opportunity for Team Forget.
He's calling control weight there from Andrew. So I just checked my phone. I see my mom is watching in Toronto. So hi, Mom, and thank you for the beer again last night. There for this year, you could buy a beer for one of the teams virtually. So thank you very much for that.
A shout out to my brother if he's watching. Al. He watched part of my game earlier this weekend, or yesterday, I guess it was.
I think all the days seem to blend together when you're retired, right there, Steve?
David, I've told you I'm semi-retired. And one of my two sisters, one of them likes curling and one of them doesn't care. She's more like hockey type things. So if they're watching, a shout out to them.
Yes, unfortunately I'm a Leafs fan. I'm a little disappointed after last night's loss.
Yes, breaking news. Ottawa Senators beat Toronto Maple Leafs 2-1 last night.
I guess even bad teams win once in a while. So now I wonder if they might have bumped that in.
So Travis just tried to go around the guard, but touched the guard, and I think they might have made the guard be in the rings.
Ed Sear is going to look to draw around that. Looking back, Ed's partner Mitch is nervously looking along. Ed is a professor of engineering at Carleton University. It's my alma mater.
You went to Carleton?
I went to Carleton.
Where the K stands for quality?
Yes, yes, yeah. There's also a chant about the University of Ottawa, but I don't think I can use 4-letter words on this stream.
I know people at Ottawa, or in Carleton, so I better not diss their university. So the Ottawa rock was a little deep. Now Toronto will try and win around the guards.
Again, vigorous sweeping from Devon.
It's shot, but it's not buried, so
Team Forget could probably pick it out. It's like a board weight. Nice release by Ed. Just met Ed this year. He's joined I'm fortunate enough to be on his team for the Rainbow Rockers. He has one of the best releases in the game, and he's I'm sure I stress him out when I'm throwing my skip rocks. Well, something I'll try to emulate.
Well, and he won gold in the University National 2013. I guess that tells you he's a bit younger than you, David, so.
Well, when I started playing in this league, I was actually 21. So that was 50 years ago. That was 2008 I started playing in this league. Nice hit and roll there by Devon. It's on fire on the brush and throwing it as well. And it's buried too, and the way those rocks are staggered at the top of the rings, it's not lined up, so that's an excellent shot. Bail out his team there. It looked like possibly a standard 2 for Team Forget, but now the force is on.
They're debating whether they can just knock it back. It's
calling back line for Taylor. Joey is a left-handed thrower, but he's throwing his out turn, so he might not get as much finish as a righty throwing the in turn. Sweeping it to try to get it by.
It looks
Looks like
tight.
it might be hitting the top, but he could get a split, roll the red guard in and roll a shooter, and that's not a bad result.
That's an excellent result. Now they've got 3 in the rings.
That was a good plan B.
Lonely yellow in the middle.
Very lonely yellow. So yeah, I think that forces Pizzetti. You have to hit one of those, because otherwise you go all out for guarding, and one good shot from Team Forget, and you're looking at a 3 against you. Now it's Larry's turn to do the vigorous sweeping. Oh, he rubs on the. Ooh, oh.
Rubs on the guard, but the result isn't so bad.
That yellow is not going to go anywhere, but so red is sitting, yellow's shot, red is second, but that was a fortunate plan. It's a little further down the alphabet than plan B, maybe plan C there for Team Pizzetti. You gotta be good to be lucky. Gotta be good to be lucky sometimes.
This is
board weight shot attempt by Taylor.
It's curling quite a bit. Oh, they got a buy it. Good shot by Joey Taylor. There's 2 still in play here.
Anthony is calling the hit and flop. Yes, I'm surprised to see Anthony's only been curling for 16 years. He makes it look easy. I've been curling for so many years, and sometimes it looks like I've never curled before. So.
No comment.
Oh, is that why I'm no longer curling with you, Steve?
No, I know you're a good curler. So I think they're trying for the double here.
I think he's just trying to play the hit and flop. If he gets the double, that's incidental. Because that top yellow one is, that back red is not going to outcamp that top yellow. At least in one shot. Well, I shouldn't say that. Knowing how hard West could throw it, he might be able to, if he needed to, spring that yellow all the way across the house. Very sweeping to try to make a curl. I think it might be rolling a little too much.
Yep, they got the double.
They got the double.
Yeah, I think that's what the plan was. But
West just splits the rings, set up a standard 2.
yeah, red is counting 1 right now, so yeah, splitting the rings would probably be the best course of action.
West is from Bowmanville. His favorite show is Neon Genesis Evangelicon. Sorry for any fans of that show, I totally butchered that pronunciation. And this team, Forget, will be representing Ottawa at the Gay Nationals in Edmonton as Ottawa 1.
As will Team Pizzetti. They're one of Toronto's teams that are going into the Nationals. Minus Travis. Kind of a replacement for him for the
Yeah, I think they say Travis is their super spare. Sweepers are not touching this. They seem to think it's a little hot, heavy.
Oh, it is heavy.
got to stop. I think it's going to slide too far. And the force is back on for Team Pizzetti. They hit that red shot rock. Now it'd be interesting if...
David, you know what that feels like to throw it through the rings, don't you?
Ha ha ha, yes. Years ago, we were in the final to represent Ottawa as Team 2, and I just had to hit the rings, and I threw it through. To be fair to me, a certain sweeper on our team told me to give him a little more than my first one. That was Scott, Steve's partner. And I gave him more. He got what he asked for. A little too much more, I guess.
We've all done it. Except for Wes, I think that's the first time I think he's ever done it. So they'll ask Anthony to take out the shot rock, which is at the side of the rings. And Wes would have a real hard time getting a dose out of this.
Wes would try to draw for one or hit and flop for one. I wonder if Anthony would ever roll out here. Do you think Wes would try to throw one of his patented peels on that yellow-red combination and try to blank?
Yeah, he definitely would. Hard nose hit on that would send both those out, I think.
This looks like it's going to... No, so yellow is sitting 2, so draw or hits whatever Wes is more comfortable with. He's opted for the draw.
He just threw the draw, so he should know the weight.
He's got strong sweepers too, so you can just give it a little less and know that the sweepers will get it there for you. Sweepers seem to like it more than the first one, giving it a gentle clean. Well, they step back.
Oh, this one looks like it's a bit heavy.
The sweepers have stepped back. He's got it.
It's fine.
I think he's fine. Joey's raised his hand.
Joey giving the wave, so yeah, right to the button, pretty close. So after 4 ends, we now have a score of Team Bourget 2 and Team Pizzetti 1. So 2-1.
So, besides losing a qualifier with your skip throwing it through the rings, Steve, what would you say is the more noteworthy experiences you've had on a curling ice in a game that you're able to recall?
You mean like last night?
Oh, what happened last night? Do tell.
We forced an extra end. We should be playing Sunday, but we're not this time. We forced an extra end, and we had a rock on the button, and my last shot overcurled by a couple inches, which gave the game away. So
we've all been there. I had 2 shots to win yesterday against Morrow, and I missed them both. Kudos to Team Morrow. They stole 3 against us in the last end to force the extra end, and then stole the extra end. And they are in the C final right now. So I'm sitting next to Ed's partner, Mitch. How do you think the game's going so far? Pretty close game so far, according to Mitch.
Rock from Andrew has touched the rings, and now they're going to remove that rock.
I have a feeling this game is going to go down to the last rock in the 8th end, the way it's shaping up.
So they removed it, but it didn't stay out of the rings. If they had nosed it, they would have had a guard. touching the ring, so now Andrew will try and remove that one.
And I see Andrew got the memo on what socks we're supposed to wear to the Bonspiel today. We're wearing the, both he and I are wearing the Curling Rocks, Rock On socks that were generously sponsored by Stroked Ego. Just one of the amazing sponsors of our Bonspiel, so shout out to the Stroked Ego and its owner, Kevin Martin, who had a good run himself in the Spiel. He lost he was part of Team McAleer that lost the semi-final to Team Forget in a close game. And also have West Forget's partner, Xander. So Xander, you feeling any nerves? No, he doesn't have any nerves. I think you've seen West play lots of games with big stakes, like the Olympic trials, the Brier, so you're used to this by now. He says he's the perfect trophy wife.
So Larry Tobin just sent his rock down the rings, down the sheet, and it is going to be just in. Almost to the tee line. What team will try and remove that one?
So we mentioned Stroked Ego for one of the sponsors of Spiel. We also have many other sponsors that we'd like to give a shout out and thank them for their support. So thank you to Eric Sangster Mortgage, to TD Bank, of course the Ottawa Curling Club, Skanes General Contracting, YOW Home Team, Shepherd Psychotherapy, Pivot Turn Property Management, Axion Walker Insurance, and the Centertown BIA. So thank you all for your generous sponsorship.
So the Ottawa crew hit the rock, the opponent's rock, and rolled partly buried behind their guard. So now Toronto team will attempt to take out that rock, which would seem to be not a hard shot, but there is the guard partly covering it.
So Eric Sangster Mortgages is the platinum sponsor for the Bonspiel, and the sheet is this sheet that we're watching right now is sponsored by TD Bank.
Travis just did what the skip told him and just missed the guard and got the shot rock out of the way.
Ed is looking to, I think he could flop, a little hit and flop behind the tight corner guard. Looks like he's going to nose it. So that same option is now available for Pizzetti. Travis is throwing. So Travis got to hug Rachel Homan and have a beer with her at the 2016 Brier. speaking of Team Homan, I think Steve might have mentioned it earlier that we had Emma Miskew from Team Homan come and speak to the league last night. And she also sang some karaoke. I forget what she sang. I wonder why I might have forgotten what she sang. Not because it was her performance, but I think I might have I might have donated a lot of money to the bar last night.
And she, she did sing, but she told us before that she only likes to sing at the first of the night because she doesn't want to sing after any real good karaoke performer.
Oh, so she didn't want, but I guess after she heard me sing, she's like, oh, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
I do think she went right after you, David. So they just seem to be exchanging this rock. Someone's trying to get a hit and roll behind the corner guard. So Joey's rock is just about to do that, I think.
Oh, nice flop there from Joey.
Partly buried.
It's going to be tough. Even if he picks it out, chances are he might lose his yellow shooter. And then Wes could replace it. He's looking to maybe throw, let's call him back line. Maybe bump it back. Did you win the 50-50 last night there, Steve? Is that what you're signing?
Scott won the 50-50.
Scott won the, oh, so.
On Friday, or whatever day that was.
Goes into the same bank account, I guess. If anyone wondering how Steve and Scott have such a nice house, no, I'm kidding.
Being president of the league has privileges, Dave. So they're just clearing the guard, not the rock.
Well, maybe he's trying to double it, but roll the shooter in, so that's not a bad result.
Yeah, they cleared the guard, rolled the shooter in.
But if Team Forget is able to keep two rocks in the rings for the rest of the end, it will look like a force.
It'll be a force for that's their goal.
Looks like it's going to be a good nose hit from Joey.
Yep, this will be a force end if we keep it this way.
According to Team Forget, Joey would be the first one to die in a horror movie. We'll have to ask them why they think that is.
I should know that, but I don't. I played with Joey in the Nationals team in Montreal probably 10, 15 years ago.
And according to T. Pizzetti, the first one to die in a horror movie will depend on the length of the movie. If it's 3+ hours, Larry might die from natural causes. That's not nice, guys.
They've got a thing for Larry on their team. How does he put up with that?
Sounds like something I would say to Steve. So Wes is going to look to hit this yellow, flop his shooter back into the rings.
he has to roll into the rings here.
Yeah. Gonna throw a board waiter. Oh, he rolled it just in.
Wow, that's a perfect shot. Got the opponent stone out, so
Anthony
it just touches the rings.
Yeah, I think Anthony is going to look to hit and flop, hit this red one on the side and roll behind that red rock that West just threw. Possibly still get it too. Fun fact about Anthony, I have a feeling they might have fabricated this story, but he says Jen Jones put her nose on Anthony's neck and said he smelled divine. So that's what they wrote. So I don't know.
They smelled what?
Jen Jones said Anthony smells divine after putting her nose on his neck.
Well, and moving on to the game. Anthony is shooting and hoping to roll under that center.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah.
Excellent shot there.
Perfect hit and roll, but they'll probably just do a run back. Well, we'll see.
Wes is going to look to run that red back. It's like a control weight red back attempt. They think he's a little outside there, getting Ed to try to curl it. I think he's, no, he just missed it. Excellent shot there by Anthony to set up a 2 and take the lead in this A final.
Yeah, going to the rings for 2.
Now, if it was me throwing this, chances are it might be thrown through.
Again, no comment.
So for those of you watching us online, I was commenting on the Barkley Beauties outfits. You could see, you could just see them on the edge of your screen there. They're definitely disco inspired.
So we've had a whole weekend. The theme of the Bonspiel has been disco. It's called Fierce and Fabulous. So it started Thursday evening. Friday we had a disco themed night with prizes for costumes, DJ. Saturday was the karaoke night. And Miniscu gave, she was the keynote speaker.
This is looking really good for looks like it's gonna rub up on that
for 2.
shot rock. It's 2.
And we also had some curling this weekend as well, besides all the drinks David was having. He did curl.
I did curl.
Or I should say, he was on the ice.
I thought I played. Well, my team played well. I thought we had a good run. I would like that last end, the 8th end back against Team Morrow. That's my only regret from this weekend.
Okay, well, let's go around the rings. The first rock is starting on sheet 2. We'll summarize sheet 2 first. It's now 3-2 for Team Pizzetti. We got a deuce in the 5th end. 5, it's 3-2. On sheet 1, we have Team Douglas leading Team Peril with a score of 7-2. And sheet 3, David, I can't see the score there.
Sheet 3, it looks like Morrow is up. No, it's tied. 3-3 Morrow against Corbière. Corbière has hammer. Barclays Beauties is trailing on
4-1 for Slackers and Sliders. They're called. They're Toronto, Ottawa combined team. So the first rock on our sheet, the feature sheet, is from Team Pizzetti, and they put it in the top 4.
It looks like Team Forget is going to go all out to try to set up a deuce here. They're calling the corner guard from Andrew. Sweepers don't like it. It might be sliding into the rings.
Maybe tapping the rock that's in the rings.
Now, knowing the hitting ability of Team Forget, I know they're trying for the 2 here, but I could totally see them too. Blank 6, blank 7. Take hammer home in the 8th end and try to get your deuce there. They say, oh, Wes is being aggressive there. He's going to ignore it. Now, the danger of this is Team Pizzetti could just ignore this upcoming corner guard and just try to guard their yellow ones on the top of the forefoot. And might be possibly setting up a steal. Okay, corner guard. It's probably a little closer to the center line than they West probably would have liked.
Actually, that's where West put his broom. I was surprised. That's where he put the broom for the rock to land, so maybe he's got a plan here.
Those corner guards, you want them a little further off the 4-foot line, so it doesn't block your draw to the button if you need it at the end of the end.
So David, what's your biggest triumph in curling?
Biggest triumph in curling was qualifying for the Bantam Mixed Provincials back in 2004. We had never won a zone play down, and then we managed to win out our zone and then win the regions to qualify for provincials. So that was really special.
So
yeah.
the other team just put up, the Toronto team put up a 12-foot guard in front of their 2 rocks. Team Ottawa probably has to deal with those.
Weight hit attempt from Ed Sear. a nice shot there by Ed. Rolls the shooter behind the guard.
So Anthony has to make a decision, trying to get rid of that red that is biting, or further protect his yellows.
They could
2 yellow shots.
go all in and throw a gird, but those yellows are pretty flat, so it's going to be tough to double them. If any team in the spiel could make that double takeout, I would put my money on Team 4J.
And they're going to remove the guard.
They could peel the guard and run that double off that red one in the rings. I think that's what they're going for. Just the peel. Interesting call by Wes. He's
replacing the guard.
The guard. I thought he would hit one of those yellow ones and try to set up a deuce that way.
He's got a plan here that I'm not aware of.
Well, your age, you're not aware of a lot of I'm kidding.
I know.
For everyone listening, Steve and I are good friends, and we rib on each other.
Once I hit 40, things start to go downhill.
Jeez, it's been downhill for you for 50 years?
Maybe 5.
Guard is not curling as much as Wes wanted.
Interesting. We only have 2 in the top 12, touching the top 12.
I don't think they could do the double takeout because the red would ricochet onto one of the yellow. Well, it's top 4.
They're going for it, though. I have a feeling Wes believes he can make that double any day. The 2 yellows and the rings.
He could. You and I couldn't. We can't throw it that hard. I would be shocked if he doesn't hit one of these rocks now. Yeah.
Going for the double.
Double and roll and try to. Just need a rollout from Pizzetti and one of their 3 last rocks, and you get your 2 back to take back the lead. I was just watching the Corbière game. It looked like he had a really good shot coming, but it just rubbed the guard. I guess I should be commenting about this game too.
So Joey Taylor just...
It's gonna get the double. No, that's just gonna hold on. So.
Oh, but it's not.
It's third shot.
Red has second shot.
Red has second, but he wanted that one out so that the other red would be counting in the wins. But the force is now on for Pizzetti. Larry trying to make it curl. Looks like he's done a good job at it. Now, Wes has seen it, what I'm seeing. I think there is a triple there.
That's a long...
There is a triple.
He's calling it. Fasten your seatbelts.
Yes, Joey can throw it hard and accurate as well. So I have a feeling it's going to be close. Andrew trying to make a curl. I think he might be hitting out on the wrong side of this yellow. But he stays in for second shot, so Anthony is going to have to make a play on that one. We have our first final of the game. That's what the applause was for. Team Douglas is victorious over Team Perron in the D final. So congratulations to Team Douglas. A shout out to Christine. I played in the Spiel years ago with Christine, and we won the B event that year. And she said it was her first ever curling event. I think she said trophy she won. Now she has another one, so congratulations.
That was the C final.
That was the B final. The C final's on sheet 3 because that was the D final.
Yes, D final. Yep. So Anthony was successful to remove that rock.
Spread his rings, spread his rocks around the rings. I think Wes's shot is. They're debating drawing around that red one, or I would do the hit and flop.
They could split their red onto the rings to be second and third shot.
I think they're opting for the draw.
Has released his rod. There's a lot of
I think it's a little inside, so
looks a little short.
Want to get in there for at least second shot.
Well,
they got two in the. I think those two reds at the top are out counting that yellow on the right side, but yellow is sitting 2.
Yellow is sitting 2 still.
Looking to make a play on one of those red ones.
Well, this might take a while to decide what they're doing. So in the meantime, I'd like to give a shout out to our camera crew, our audio-visual team, sitting right beside me. They're 3 guys from Algonquin College, graduates, and they formed this company, or they're just freelancing to put these types of events on. I think they've done a great job. They have some Algonquin College students actually doing some of the filming. So they've done great. I've heard great feedback. My brother thinks it's better than the TSN broadcasts. Maybe not after Dave and I are the commentators, but...
Oh, I've been told I have the looks of a Russ Howard and sound like him too when I'm singing.
And you're going to tell me I have the looks of Vic, right?
My mom,
or the age
I
of
will
Vic.
refuse to comment. My mom texted me that I should be nicer to you. So.
And you should.
Respect your elders.
In fact, if I'm almost out of beer, David. So this will be an interesting shot from Team Pizzetti. I suppose they're just coming down, putting another one in the ring so that Wes has to take his 1 point.
Yeah. I think those top 2 red are out counting that yellow on the side. If he doesn't get in the rings here, the speed Wes can throw it. He can double off those that side yellow on the left. So I think he's definitely Anthony's definitely going to try to get in the rings here. Nice shot there. I think
Mission accomplished.
and Wes's mom is Lori is watching and saying hello. So hi, Lori.
And Edward's mom also is watching. She's thinking it's great coverage as well. So thank you for the feedback. This is my debut as a curling commentator. He's a veteran.
Yeah.
He just keeps getting older every year.
Oh, now, my mom should text you to tell you to be nicer to me.
So
You're looking to make a curl.
looking to do a hit and roll for the point, or a hit and stick, I guess. They're trying to get it to curl, and it stays. I'm not supposed to be a biased commentator, are I?
It's a good shot. A 1 for Team Forget. Tied 3-3 after 6. Now Pizzetti holds the hammer. So Steve, if you were in this situation, if you were Team Pizzetti, you're tied with hammer in the 7th end, how would you go about playing it?
If I was tied with hammer,
Would you go all out for your 2 or try to blank it? Take the hammer home into the 8th then?
that's a good question. It's depends on your teammates, I guess, and what you feel you're best at. Some people, my team, I would feel more comfortable at stealing than trying to get 2.
So you'd be
I'd be okay tied without hammer.
without hammer, oh. So again, Mitch.
I'm not sure if I answered your question, because I was kind of focused on sheet 5 that we have a final for, and it looks like the Slackers and Sliders have defeated
Barclay's Beauties.
Barclay's Beauties. It was 7-1, but there may be more than 7. I'm not sure, but that sheet has finished.
And I'm joined again by Mitch, nervous partner of Ed. So Forget is going for the center line guard.
We also have a final on sheet 4. Team Wilson has defeated Team Newell.
So congratulations, Team Wilson. That's the B final winner. And everyone's now gathered around behind sheet 2. It's also sheet 3 is tight as well. Team Morrow is up 4-3 over Corbière in the C final.
So at the start of the 7th end, on our feature sheet, it's 3-3. Team Forget took 1 point in the 6th end to make it 3-3.
I'm not used to, after playing in the Spiel this week, I'm not used to seeing such a low-scoring game. Our first end of the Spiel, we gave up a steal of 6. Our second game, we gave up a 5.
I mean, I hate to use the same expression, but no comment, Dave.
To be fair to our team, after giving up that steal of 6, we did make it very close. We only lost 9-7, and the Team LaForge had to throw their last rock, make a draw for it to not be a tie. So. Nice little freeze there by Andrew. And it's separation, and Larry can hit and flop there. So Ed's sister and brother-in-law are also watching. And Giselle got a shout out. So they want a shout out. Yes. Well, Mitch is watching. I don't know how nervous he is. He's curled with me. He's been more nervous on the curling ice before. Like, oh, Dave Coffey has an open head. Oh, God. Looks like Ed's going to try to freeze in this pocket here. Nice shot there.
It's a good shot. That,
so
that gives them options for later in the end.
Team Forget is probably looking to force Pizzetti here to 1. Take the hammer in the last end down by 1. Try to get there 2. I did say a while ago I thought this game was going to go down to the last rock in the 8th end, and so far it looks like that's the case.
You got your crystal ball, David?
Let's call me Miss Cleo. I do have a family member that's claims she's psychic. Psychic Nikki. She makes 3,000 predictions a year, and maybe 5 of them happen. So she claims that's a success record.
Okay. I think they're calling a draw behind the staggered 2 rocks.
Nice guard here from Ed. Pizzetti is going to peel. I think we'll see exchange of stones here for few in, and then a few shots, and then Wes, say, with his first one, is going to make a play on the rocks and the rings.
Well, I can say there hasn't been many mistakes made by any team.
Yes, obviously they did not attend the Dave Coffey School for Curling. They're making their shots here.
You've had some glory in the past, Dave.
Once in a while, that's why I keep playing this game. And I predict a peel coming up by Team Pizzetti.
Do you want to put money on that, Dave?
$50. Well,
no, I don't. Not in.
Oh. Didn't your husband Scott just win like $900 in the 50-50?
All they need is one mistake, and end can change for either team.
It's Devin Martin throwing for Pizzetti, the peel attempt.
Makes the peel.
So I don't remember Devin wearing this. Apparently he won a competition last night for wearing red sequin booty shorts.
Oh, it was his disco outfit.
It was his disco outfit. Oh.
Which he then disclosed to us that he wore at his Christmas party, work party.
I bought a very shiny purple shirt. I think people might have gone blind after seeing the reflection off that shirt.
Well, with all the disco balls in the room, light shining off those, yeah, it was quite striking.
Another guard and another peel attempt. Devin's been curling for 30 years. And he's made the peel. Nice shot from the two-time silver medalist at the Gay Nationals.
Now they're going to make a play on this.
We shouldn't have been surprised about Pizzetti making the peel. So they've told us if you're asking if you should peel, then you should peel. So we should have, Team Forget should have expected that.
Well, now there's a discussion at the end of the ice about what to do, when to make your move. They certainly don't want to give up two here.
You're looking to hit and flop off that yellow, but I think Ed spotted it. If you smack that red one that's frozen with Wes's weight, it can definitely ricochet onto the other yellow, and all of a sudden you're setting up your force.
Both your shooter and the red stays.
I wonder if they are going to call a timeout and see if Russ Howard's in the building to help them.
Well, we have a Kevin Martin in the building.
Yeah. It's funny. I also curled with a different Kevin Martin. It's a popular name, and his dad was Paul Martin.
So they've made a decision. I think they're going to hit the yellow rock at the corner, or the edge of the forefoot. If they can roll in behind cover, that's a pretty good option, I think, for them.
It's close. Trying to get it to curl.
Oh, it's going to curl a little bit, but not enough, I guess.
Not enough. It'll be fairly wide open there for Anthony.
We'll try the same thing.
Anthony is also a 2-time silver medalist at the Gay Nationals.
Oh, so I've just noticed on their bios here, the combined age on their teams, or combined age of years of curling. For Team Forget, it's 102 years, and Team Pizzetti, it's 109 years.
Very similar. And they Team Pizzetti like to highlight that Larry's been curling for 40 years, and that's more years than Devin's been alive.
Oh, and Travis. And me, of course.
If you're 40 years old, Steve, you look terrible for your age. Oh, my mom is going to text me again. I'm sorry. Again, anyone who's watching, Steve and I are good friends. So.
Well, we used to be good friends.
We used to until the broadcast this afternoon.
Thank you, David's mom.
And we got a request to sing.
Oh, David does a lot of karaoke. At least last night he did. So during this commercial break, he can maybe give us a tune.
We want people to stay watching. We don't want to scare them away. So I will not be singing. So
we could do a good Wicked rendition, maybe, David.
Or you be Alfalfa or the Glenda.
So we're waiting for their last 3 rocks left.
Oh, and on our C final game, it looks like Team Corbière took a 3-ender in the 7th end, and now they're up 2. But against Morrow. Morrow has the hammer. But don't count out Morrow. Again, as I mentioned, we were up 3 with hammer in the last end against them yesterday, and they managed to steal 3 and then steal the extra end.
And the score is 6-4 on that sheet.
Yeah.
So Anthony is getting ready to deliver. And it looks like the broom is in almost the center of the rock, so they're going to hit that rock and I suspect try and roll in under the cover of those staggered 2 rocks.
Well, no matter the result of this game, it's been a well-played game by both teams, so kudos to both Teams Pizzetti and Team Forget for keeping us entertained.
There's quite a bit of money on the line, too. The winning team here gets $1,000 prize money, and the runner-up will get $850.
You would want that one to stay in the rings.
I think it did. Just barely.
Yeah, I think Wes has seen what I'm seeing. You play like a board control weight on that red-yellow. save the red that's frozen to the yellow and roll the red shooter towards that other yellow, and all of a sudden the force is on.
Maybe you could signal to him what to do, Dave.
Now we're not allowed to coach from behind the glass, and
I'm kidding.
Wes has much more
I think he
experience than me.
That was a dig, by the way.
Again, Mom, if you're still listening, he's being just as mean to me as I am to him. Well, I think they've picked out the shot that I was talking about.
You've been redeemed.
Key is you can't throw too much weight because you can't afford to spill any of the red rocks. You want them to stay in the rings.
The shooter has to stay and be shooter, yeah, and the rock hit has to stay to be two shots, 1 and 2.
He's throwing the correct weight for the shot.
They're sweeping hard. I think they're going to do it. As long as it doesn't roll out.
And exactly as I drew it up.
Okay, good going, Dave.
Now, Pizzetti, though, there is a double there for 2.
Oh, that's a pretty hard double, but they might try it.
I would at least try it, because at worst you roll towards your own yellow and you get your 1 still. Often when I was curling juniors, coach would tell us risk versus reward, and I think the reward is worth the risk here. It
looks like they're going to try it.
2 would be huge. There's only been 1-2 so far this game, and by Pizzetti on the 5th end.
And just to let our viewers know, after this game is over, there'll be a little bit of a break, a few minutes while the players get changed, and we'll present the awards, all the awards, A, B, C, D, and E final awards in the lounge. And it will be live broadcast.
And unfortunately, David Coffey will not be engraved on the trophy this year.
But we might see his purple shirt again, I'm not sure.
No, I wore that 2 nights in a row. He's going for this double. It looks close.
What if he hits his own yellow?
Oh, he made it!
Okay, a great double.
Excellent shot by Anthony.
Yeah. There's clapping in the background. Wow. I thought that was a really tricky shot, but...
That's why they're playing in the final and we're here commentating, Steve.
Exactly.
So Pizzetti is up 2.
After 7 ends, it's 5-3 for Pizzetti versus Forget.
So Wes will be going all out for the 2 or even 3 to 2 to tie, force the extra end, or 3 to win. And I predict Anthony's going to ask Larry to throw this one top 4. If you're Team Pizzetti, you do not want your rocks
ahead of the rings.
In front of the rings, no. You'd rather them throw it through than to come up late. And I think it's going to be in the rings, but probably a little higher than Anthony wants. No, it looks pretty good. I apologize to Larry. That was a good shot.
See where he's putting his broom. It's not as far out as you and I would call for a corner guard, but everybody has a different style.
And for Ed and Mitch's family that are watching, Mitch is still sitting beside me, but he's not as nervous as I was portraying him. I don't know where Wes's partner Xander is off to. He's probably busy. Xander's been very busy volunteering for the spiel. I might have missed the call. Are they calling this in the rings, or are they calling a guard? So Larry did throw a really nice first rock. Looks like it's just coming in the rings.
It's freezing to their first rock. A little tap.
Now, that might be a tricky outcome, because it set up a pocket there, so worst comes to worst for Team Forget, they could freeze one in between those two yellow, and it'll be hard to get it out.
So he's calling for a corner guard on the other side this time. Trying to keep all the options open. Ooh, except this is curling a lot.
It's going to stop. So with the 5 rock, did I speak too soon?
Oh, did it go in the rings?
I spoke too soon. Just call me Jinx Monsoon. I think even the sweepers thought that was going to stop. So now, since that rock is in the rings, Team Pizzetti can hit it. And I was about to say, if it stopped out of the rings with the 5 rock free guard zone rule, Team Pizzetti could not hit it. But then I jinxed it, so sorry, Andrew. But you can blame me for that. I thought that was stopping for sure. Nice hit and roll there from Travis. But it set up a huge pocket there. Yep, so Wes has spotted, freeze one in there, and Team Pizzetti is going to have to waste the rock to try to get it out.
There's a couple pockets there they could go to.
Pockets galore. That'd be a good drag name. Although, I patented a couple of good drag names, Manitoba Tuck. So if you ever hear a drag queen called the Manitoba Tuck, let me know, because I will sue them for copyright infringement, because I patented that name.
Patented? Have you dressed as that name?
No, I have difficulty dressing in boys' clothes, let alone girls' clothes. So.
No comment. Perfect freeze into the pocket.
Excellent shot there by Ed.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to try and deal with this right away. Okay, I think this is the most interesting end of all of them so far.
Oh, well, all the ends have been interesting. And this is a really good game. It's they reversed the curse of the final of the Spiel being one-sided. I unfortunately was on the most one-sided final of this event. Gave up a steal of 8.
Yes, we have a picture of that, I believe.
Yes, and my friend Brendan has a picture on his phone, and he likes to send it to me every once in a while.
I mean, getting 8 is one thing, but a steal of 8 is another thing.
Yeah. My dad, when he used to curl, got a steal of 8, so I think it's the universe saying, okay, the coffees are even for steals of 8. Oh, that red sprung up. But it
that worked out pretty well for the red team.
For Forget, yeah, it spun up and behind that corner guard. Oh, he's looking to. So West is going to go all out for the 3 here, I think. Could make the double takeout on those yellows and set up an easy deuce to force the extra, but he's going all out for the 3.
They're discussing quite a few options here.
Yeah, so speaking of the steal of 8, when we gave up the steal of 6 in our first game today, it's like, hey, I've had worse M's, so in the steal.
I don't think I can say that, David.
And the year you made the final of the Spiel, you had me as your 3rd, so I'm not all that bad.
I've said before, you're a good curler. Not so much commentator, but curler.
They're trying to hold the line. Mitch is saying it's light. It's good enough.
Oh, he didn't want it through, maybe.
But I think that does set up a double there for possibly for. Oh no, the double would jam onto that shot yellow. That's a good shot by Ed.
If they get a double here, I think it's very hard to get.
I think this is the call. You try the peel and chance you could double off the red in the rings. And then the most you're looking at is probably a 2, and then you'd have hammer in the extra end. Oh no, he missed the one. Now Pizzetti needs to make a double, or a 3 is in the play.
Oh, they're calling another guard.
Yeah, I think West thinks it's too early to just split the rings, because that yellow one is kind of hurting Pizzetti right now, because he can't make the double on those reds because it's going to jam on that yellow.
Oh, that's right.
I think that's maybe why West has opted to leave it in there. Through another guard, and see, Pizzetti has to waste a couple more shots to try to peel it out. Then you make your move.
I would be tempted to just nose or get a little roll off that yellow, and you have 3 in the rings. And
the 3 in the rings, but then there's still
they'd have to make a double.
three rocks to come from Pizzetti, so it's the way
they can make doubles.
Yeah,
easily.
the way this team Pizzetti is playing, if you give them 3 chances to make a double, chances are one of them for sure they're going to make it.
I think you're right, Dave. The West, they can't do the double in the rings because the yellow is helping.
And then they can't really roll anywhere that it's going to outcount that other red one that's guarded. So, yeah, they could roll to the left, and then they're grouping, they're leaving a rock guarded. This is a good setup for Team Forget. And anyone that's wondering, the C final is in an extra end. 6-6. Team Corbière has the hammer, but Team Moro is sitting shot rock guarded on the button. So everyone is crowding behind sheet 2 and 3. We have 2 exciting games in our finals.
This is very complex. They're taking a while to.
I think Pizzetti has to make a play on one of those reds. You have definitely don't draw here. I kind of like what they were pointing out to begin with, the hit that red one that's top near the center line and roll towards the left. They're opting for the peel. And again, they said if you think you should peel, then you peel. So if your team has a game plan going into a game, then you definitely should stick to it.
Likely he'll make this field. Oh, he might. He's got it.
Travis is sweeping, they get it out of play. That could come into play.
If you hit and roll off the yellow to the edge, to the. Yeah,
that's
right.
what Wes is pointing out. Is in,
or just straight draw there.
3 is a possibility still here in this end. It's not often Wes isn't quite sure what to throw. There's a million options you could do here.
I think they've called the draw to the outer edges. If that's behind cover, that would create a little anxiety for the other team.
This is a tense 8th end. Oh, sweepers step away. He cannot afford to roll, throw it through the rings. Now he should be in the rings. Good shot by Joey Taylor.
Yep, T9, just past T.
Joey Taylor might not survive in a horror movie, but he's thriving in this game.
The adrenaline is probably very high here. They'll be awarded the Jeff Shepard Memorial Trophy. Jeff Shepard was a longtime member of the Ottawa Curling Club and a member of the Rainbow Rockers Curling League.
He was one of the founders of the Rainbow Rockers, wasn't he? He was a very nice gentleman. I had the fortunate opportunity to work with Jeff, interact with him many times. He's sorely missed, but if it's a good tribute to name the trophy after Jeff Shepard.
He's been awarded a lifetime membership of the Ottawa Curling Club. He volunteered everywhere.
Yes, I think he was busier in retirement than lot of people who work full-time jobs.
Former school teacher. So our trophy is named after him and sponsored by Skane's General Contracting. So Anthony is getting rid of the rock that was just thrown by Joey.
He wants to save his shooter here.
They're sweeping it hard to make it curl, and they were successful.
Now, does that leave a double for Mr. Forget? No, he's not looking at the double. I think go for the double and hope that Pizzetti doesn't make a double in return and you have your win.
Or they might just draw down to the button. Or back 8.
I don't know, this game's been so much fun. I'm having fun time commentating it. I wouldn't be sad if it goes to an extra. There's people watching me and they're giggling and looking at me, so I'm a little distracted from this shot, but I will focus back on this shot.
I think it's a clothes you're wearing, Dave. They've made it good. This can't roll out.
He's not going to roll out.
Okay, nice shot. So they're going to try a double.
I don't think there's a triple.
There's no triple, I don't think.
So Forget at worst will have a shot to tie the game. It's always stressful moments. The final and it's close game.
I'm liking the shot that
Travis just pointed out.
Hit the right
and flop behind.
and flop behind. So you have two yellow shots counting. How does he get them? He's got to make a double of the 2 yellows. Unless they're lined up perfectly, he won't have a double. Or draw.
They're opting to hit the red on the left side of the rings. Again, he cannot afford to roll out because that will leave Wes with a open hit for 3 in the win. But this is also tricky too. He can't afford to roll to the left. Then Wes will have a shot for 3 in the win. He has to roll towards the center line. I don't think he can nose it, can he?
He can't nose it either. It would be close if he does, but.
I agree. I like the shot that Travis was pointing out earlier to hit the one on the right side of the rings. You have more room for error that way.
And he's missing a shot. No sweeping yet.
They're sweeping to make it curl. I think he's hitting it on the wrong side. Oh no.
Oh, there's a hit for 3 for the win. Okay.
Wes has.
By the way, that's what I would have probably done as well.
Wes has thrown many big shots in his career. He's been a Brier participant, and he's been to the Olympic trials he plays for my team.
Oh,
But
that's probably the most pressure he has.
but so he's thrown many pressure shots before. So
That's
I think he's
unfortunate.
used to the pressure. An open hit and stick for the win from West Forget.
Oh, they're asking
Sweeping
to
at the
it.
curl.
If this rolls out, we have an extra end.
Oh,
No, he's got it.
his weight has saved him, and it's right on the nose. That's a 3, and that's a win
Well,
for Team
congratulations, Team Forget.
Forget.
So we have a three-point end, and Team Forget is victorious, 6-5 over Team Pizzetti in the 8th end.
And the C final is coming down to the wire in an extra end. Congratulations to Team Forget.
A 6-5 win for Team Forget.
They get their names engraved on the trophy with the likes of David Coffey.
Well, let's not stretch it too far. No, often it's a Toronto team. We've had
Francis has won a few times, and Sylvain
Montreal,
Bellavance has won a few
There's been
times.
many teams that have won the trophy, but we're pleased that an Ottawa team has gained the trophy this year.
And kudos to Team Pizzetti for a well-played game.
Oh, what a great game. It came down to the last rock.
So I think we will be speaking to the teams in a bit when they come off the ice.
Yeah, we'll give them an interview about the game. And we're also waiting for the final result of the Sheet 3.
Yes, we'll stay on the air. It's the last shot for Corbière.
Okay, so another 30 seconds.
Morrow's guarded his rock on the button, but there is a hole there. So Corbière is going to try to get through the port and hit the red rock for the win. It's looking good.
Oh,
And he's made it. So Corbière wins the C final.
against Kyle Mall. So we'll be back on the air in a few minutes. They're just getting their pictures taken on the ice, and we're going to do the post-game interviews.
You're going to ask Andrew.
Oh, squishing.
Like we like each other. Like you're my skip. Yeah.
What a hard fought game we had here. It was like 1 point in the end, 6-5 in the final. There was back and forth, and each team was leading at some point. And one question I had was your double in the seventh was quite remarkable, and that kind of puts you on the forefront. And can you give us your view on this game?
Well, the game was a complete battle, and I knew it was going to be. Again, the team played really well. These guys played well. We knew they were going to come out shooting, so it was going to be a matter of centimeters and making like really precise shots. And 7, it was a risk reward. So we said, even if we end up giving up a steal, having Hammer being down 1, there's still a good chance. So it was worth playing it. It worked out great. Again, battle of inches and a couple of wrong inches in the 8th end, and these guys didn't miss a thing when they needed to, and that's how you give up a 3.
Yeah, David predicted about the 4th end. He said, this is going to come down to the last rock. I know it. And it did. So, David, over to you.
So, Wes, you're an accomplished curler. You've been to a Brier. You've been to an Olympic trials. How does this rank amongst your, being the OTRB Bonspiel winner amongst your many curling accomplishments?
It's definitely up there. I think what people don't realize is that when you go and play on those big games and Briars and Scotties, like you get 7 to 10 minutes of practice ice, but going out there and trying to figure it out and make shots right at the get-go is not an easy feat. So winning anything, the odds of making it to the final whenever you set foot on your ice the Thursday night first game, you just never know. And I need to shout out to my team. I wasn't even here for the first 3 games of the event, so they carried the torch and then let me join them for the playoffs where we held them off. Yeah, really good game though.
That was an excellent game by both teams. Both kudos to that, and thank you for keeping us entertained, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you so much. Yep.
Cheers.
Congratulations. Number 1, number 2 teams in OTRB 2025.